What I want to do right at the start of this broadcast is introduce our guest Rahul Srivastava, our National Affairs Editor, Ajit Jha, Editor Research for India Today magazine. But I first want to go across to our reporters on the ground. Supriya Bharadwaj has with her Viren Kumar. He's one of the ministers to be. Will be sworn in about 2.5 hours from now. So let's go across to Supriya first. Kawaljit Sandhu is also joining us. Remember, all the ministers joining us live and exclusive here this morning on India Today. Supriya, over to you.
Well, Rahul, the minister has just rushed to get ready because he has to leave around 8:30. But I have been joined by his entire family, wife Kamal. Ma'am, क्या तैयारियां कर रखी हैं आप लोगों ने?
जी, हमारे यहाँ जो सब लोग आ रहे हैं उन लोग को सबका वेलकम करना है और आप सबका आभार व्यक्त करना है।
तो पता कैसे चला कि सर को जो है मिनिस्टर का पोर्टफोलियो मिल गया?
हम लोगों को न्यूज़ से ही पता चला। सब ये न्यूज़ चैनल में आ रहा था, लोगों के, हमारे कार्यकर्ताओं के, सभी हमारे भाई लोगों के सबके फोन आ रहे कि अपना हो गया है। अरे नहीं भाई, हमने अभी, हमारे पास कोई खबर नहीं है। आप लोगों को किसने बताया? बोले न्यूज़ पे चल रहा। हमने कहा न्यूज़ पे तो बहुत नाम आते हैं। जब फाइनली हमारे पास कोई नाम आ जाता है उसके बाद हम बात करते हैं। तो सबसे यही कहा हमने।
तो सर ने आपको बताया, आपने उनको सबसे पहले क्या बधाई दी? कैसा कल से जश्न का माहौल है? अभी भी इस समय, इफ आई कैन आस्क माय कैमरा पर्सन टू पैन अ बिट, सी laddus are being distributed early morning. We had seen Mr. Viren Kumar today doing jogging outside his house. So जश्न का पूरा माहौल चल रहा है, तो क्या-क्या तैयारियां आप लोगों ने कर रखी हैं?
मीठा रंगीन खाने की तैयारियां होंगी। सब लोग आए, हमारे सब भाई लोग, सबको बराबर स्वागत।
कोई स्पेशल तैयारी कर रखी है आपने? स्पेशल पूजा भी करी है अब?
नहीं, पूजा तो मेरे रूटीन पूजा है जो मैं रोज करती हूँ, शायद आज थोड़ी सी कम करी।
क्यों करती मैडम? आज तक
9 बजे तक करती हैं। सुबह 6:30 बजे से बैठती हैं, 9 बजे तक पूजा करती हैं। रोज का रूटीन है। और नवरात्रि हो तो 4 बजे उठ जाती हैं, 5 बजे चले जाती हैं, 10 बजे तक फिर नहीं उठती पूजा से।
क्या ये आपके पूजा पाठ का नतीजा है कि सर आज कैबिनेट मिनिस्टर बनने जा रहे हैं?
देखिए, पूजा पाठ तो है, भगवान का आशीर्वाद तो है, लेकिन साहब की खुद की अपनी मेहनत है। मैं तो बहुत बाद में आई, साहब संगठन में ही काम करते रहे, विद्यार्थी परिषद में भी काम किया इन्होंने और संगठन मंत्री भी रहे बराबर। हमारे ससुर साहब का जो।
तो मैम एक चीज़ पूछनी है, वो ये है कि आगे क्या सेलिब्रेशंस रहेंगी, किस तरह से आप लोग जो है इस पूरे चीज़ को देखते हैं? आगे कहाँ जाएंगे? जैसे ओथ ले लेंगे, क्या घर में ये भी मनाएंगे कि ओरछा भी जाएंगे? आप कहते राजा राम के मंदिर माथा टेकना।
जब यहाँ की सारी जिम्मेदारियाँ पूरी हो जाएंगी, जो मंत्रिमंडल के कार्यक्रम हैं, उसके बाद हम लोग अपने क्षेत्र जाएंगे। जनता का आभार और प्रभु का आभार भी वहाँ पर प्रभु प्रार्थना।
Thanks very much, Supriya. Let's now go across to Ashutosh Mishra. He's at Ashwini Chaube's residence in the national capital. Ashwini Chaube is the member of parliament from Buxar in Bihar. What's happening at the new Mantri ji's residence? How is he gearing up to take oath, Ashutosh?
Good morning, Rahul. At this moment, Mantri ji is in dhyan. He is offering prayers. And what I'm being told is since last 30 minutes, he is offering prayers. So enthusiasm and energy is not only amongst the family members, but also to the supporters and the relatives. So you can see in these visuals, if I can ask Satvinder to pan and show you all these visuals, these all are the supporters gathered at his residence ever since morning to offer. And if I can show you, see, these are the supporters. They've also got chocolate box to offer each other, flowers, bouquet and everything. So let's go across to these people. कितना बड़ा दिन है, फाइनली नेताजी अब मंत्री जी कहलाएंगे।
देखिए, ये बहुत बड़ा दिन है और इसलिए है चूंकि अश्विनी चौबे जी का एक बहुत बड़ा कैरेक्टर और बहुत बड़ा ये रहा है, जिसमें जब ये नगर विकास मंत्री थे बिहार में, तो बिहार एक बार 252 सेंटीमीटर पानी हुआ था पटना में, और इन्होंने इतना त्वरित कार्रवाई किए और विदेश से एक केमिकल मंगाए और वो केमिकल मंगा करके विद इन 24 आवर्स में पूरे पटना को जल से रहित।
ये अभी जो कहा गया है ना कि जो कैबिनेट रिशफल हुआ है, परफॉर्मेंस देखी गई है, तो अब तो 2 साल बचे हुए हैं, तो परफॉर्मेंस का प्रेशर नहीं रहेगा कि बहुत कुछ काम करना है?
नहीं,
हमारे अश्विनी चौबे जी जैसे मंत्री जो पहले भी बिहार में मंत्री रहते हुए उन्होंने अपने काम को दिखाया है, उनके कार्य पे भरोसा करते हुए माननीय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने उनको ये अवसर दिया है और 2 वर्ष उनके लिए समय तो कम है, लेकिन जिस गति से वो कार्य करते हैं 2 वर्ष में वो 2019 के लिए बहुत अच्छा।
So Rahul, what I'm being told also that minister, the newly minister inducted in the cabinet will come out shortly and meet all his supporters, and then he'll be going to meet Prime Minister, as he has called all these newly elected, newly selected, cabinet ministers at his residence for breakfast. Back to you, Rahul.
Okay, so that breakfast meeting will happen at Lok Kalyan Marg, the most powerful address in the country, which is where Maushmi Singh is joining us from this morning. Maushmi, good morning, welcome. What's being served over breakfast and all these ministers being given a pep talk before they join Team Modi?
Yes, a lot of instructions and orders would be served over breakfast, though we haven't had a breakfast yet. A very good morning to you, Rahul. And you know, what we will see here is crisp collars, super white kurtas, a spring in the step, flash, bright smile, and you know, a flash in the eyes is what we'll see when the new ministers come to meet the Prime Minister for the first classroom session here with a one-on-one with the Prime Minister at 9 a.m. and then they would be rushing to Rashtrapati Bhavan for the swearing-in ceremony. So a lot of anticipation in the air. We were here till midnight yesterday, and you know, Rahul, the way the news was breaking in, news was flashing, the names that were rolling out, a lot of nervous moments for those people whose names were there as probables. And then there was a surprise with Amit Shah's list of 9, which was least expected. They were not the names that were in the race. So clearly Amit Shah style, you know, the names were out. And after that, the meeting that was supposed to happen between Amit Shah and the Prime Minister didn't happen. But yes, in the morning at 9 a.m., we will see a lot of new entrants coming into the Prime Minister's residence to greet him. And if you look at the statements that these people have actually given, they're all looking forward to working with the Prime Minister for his New India mission.
Come back to you, Maushmi, in a short while from now. Once that breakfast meeting starts, there are a couple of important things to look at this morning. Number one, we're being given to understand that backroom dialogue with the Janata Dal United has resumed again. Remember, yesterday Nitish Kumar came on camera to say that he hadn't heard from anyone in the BJP High Command and that no decision had been taken. We're told that at least some dialogue may have started. Whether it's too late to induct someone, who knows. Secondly, there's a lot of suspense yet about how the big pieces on the chessboard will move. So we'll try and look at that. I want to go to Rahul Srivastav. Rahul, your sense on whether any of the allies can still at this late juncture be part of this cabinet reshuffle, the JDU and the AIDMK?
Rahul, it seems that the manner in which things have moved, I think Prime Minister Modi and Amit Shah are trying to get the BJP side of the story done first. I have been talking to some JDU leaders. Basically, doors were never shut. It was just that it seems that there is a bit of a negotiation and both are positioning. I think JDU expects of a hefty portfolio because it broke away from the JDU. It wants to send out a signal that
from the RJD.
it has been from the RJD that it has been a fruitful deal for the JDU. That JDU hasn't got off lightly, that the BJP just gives a trivial or smaller portfolio. I think the negotiation there, it might happen later.
You know, the other very
it seems
interesting
not possible today.
thing to look at is that unlike the last time when there was huge suspense over who's getting what portfolio and that dragged on for hours, that should not happen today because the Prime Minister has to take off for Xiamen in China around noon, and therefore there is a high probability that before he takes off he'd like everything to be settled and sealed, and it's possible that soon after the swearing in we will know who gets what portfolio, because there could be a lot of movement on the chessboard in the cabinet as well, apart from the 9 new faces who are being brought in. Viren Kumar, Mantri to be, speaking to us right now. Let's go across live.
Rolling.
Till now in the parliament he was known as the chairperson of the Standing Committee on Energy, but now Dr. Viren Kumar is all set to join the cabinet today. Well, I have been joined by Dr. Kumar himself along with his wife Kamal and son Kesri Nandan. सर, सबसे पहले तो ये बताइए, फोन किसका है, किसने बताया था आपको कि अब आप कैबिनेट में मंत्री बन गए हैं?
मुझे तो आप लोगों के चैनलों के माध्यम से ही जानकारी मिली कि मुझे मंत्रिमंडल में लिया जा रहा है, और जब ये सूचना मिली तो अच्छा लगा। परिवार के लोगों को भी खुशी हुई कि पार्टी ने जो है ना एक नई जिम्मेदारियां देने पार्टी जा रही है, और इसके लिए मैं अपने आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी और राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष आदरणीय अमित शाह जी का हृदय से उनका धन्यवाद करना चाहता हूं कि उन्होंने हमारे प्रति इतना विश्वास व्यक्त किया कि इस लायक समझा कि कोई दायित्व देकर और सत्ता के एक अंग बनकर, अभी तो मात्र जनप्रतिनिधि एक अंग बनकर अपने काम को और भी ज़्यादा बेहतर ढंग से कर सकें।
पर फिर भी फोन तो किसी ना किसी का आया होगा, तो किसने आपको बताया कि भैया आप मंत्री बन गए हैं?
फोन तो क्षेत्र की जनता के आए हैं।
नहीं सर, मंत्रिमंडल भर के लिए किसने फोन किया?
मंत्रिमंडल के लिए तो जब ये सब चैनल में आया, चैनल में आने के बाद फिर हमारे संसदीय कार्य मंत्री अनंत कुमार जी के यहाँ से फिर फोन आया था।
तो सर ये पूरा का पूरा जो कैबिनेट का रीशफल हुआ, उसमें सबसे बड़ी जो चीज़ थी उसको कहा जाता है परफॉर्मेंस है। तो कहीं ना कहीं अब जैसे परफॉर्मेंस के बेसिस पे आपको लाया गया, कहीं कुछ घबराहट है कि इतनी ज़्यादा उपेक्षाएं रहेंगी?
नहीं, घबराहट तो नहीं है। मैं तो अपने काम को सरलता सहजता से करने में विश्वास रखता हूँ। परिस्थितियों से घबराना नहीं चाहिए, बल्कि चुनौतियों को जो है ना साहस के साथ में उनका आकलन करके कैसे उनको पूरा करना है, इस आत्मविश्वास के साथ आगे बढ़ना चाहिए।
तो आप जॉगिंग करके आए, हमने आपको तब भी पकड़ा था। अब आप जो है अपने पूरे परिवार के साथ यहाँ बैठे हैं, अपनी बेटी का इंतजार कर रहे हैं आने का। तो किस तरह की रहेगा आज का जश्न जब आप ओथ ले लेंगे? उसके बाद
ये लगेगा कि पहले तो परिवार के साथ खुशियों के इन क्षणों को एक बार सामूहिक रूप से बांटा जाए। फिर हमारे क्षेत्र के लोगों का आना प्रारंभ हो गया है, तो क्षेत्र के लोगों के साथ में भी जो है ना खुशियों को कुछ समय के लिए उनको शेयर करके, और फिर जो दायित्व दिया जाएगा आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के द्वारा, उस दायित्व की बारीकियों को समझकर उस क्षेत्र में कैसे काम करने के लिए आगे बढ़ना है।
जश्न मनाने की पूरी तैयारी आज शाम को सर यहाँ पर?
जश्न तो व्यक्ति अपने त्योहारों पर मनाता है, और हमारे लिए तो जब हम किसी के लिए कुछ अच्छा कर पाते हैं तब हमारे लिए वो जश्न का मौका होता है।
इंटरेस्टिंगली आप
Okay, so that's Viren Kumar. Now let me show you who are the new batsmen who will be padding up to play in Team Modi. Here's a quick look at all the mantris to be. First and foremost, Gajendra Singh Shekhawat, the MP from Jodhpur in Rajasthan. He was speaking to us yesterday. He's being brought in also with an eye on ensuring that in Rajasthan the Rajputs are taken care of. Apart from that, the next person coming in is Viren Kumar Singh, the man you just saw on your screen. He's the other new mantri who's being brought in, and we'll get Rahul, Anshuman Tiwari and Ajit Jha to talk over each of these people and why they're being brought in. Then this high-profile entrant, former permanent representative of India in the United Nations, Hardeep Singh Puri. And the one thing about Hardeep Puri, Rahul, is that he's very flamboyant, extremely high profile, and in the foreign services you either love him or you hate him. So there are very strong opinions on both sides.
He will have to definitely adapt himself to Prime Minister Modi and this Council of Ministers, because this is a slightly a different kind of government where the chain of command is extremely clear, what you say and what you don't say. And also, Rahul, the fact that it's a very hostile opposition also. One has to be really cautious. And also we have a very hostile borders around us. It's a very fragile situation as far as our diplomatic relations and neighbors concerned. I think Mr. Puri is coming at a time when he realizes the situation is delicate and he will have to definitely adapt himself.
But he's a swashbuckling batsman if ever there were one. And a very outspoken diplomat. Spent a lot of time with him when he was a permanent representative to the United Nations. And he is an interesting choice. The fact that he's being brought in at this time also shows Ajit Jha a lot of focus on bringing professionals into the mix. That seems to be one of the key thrusts. 4 people with strong administrative backgrounds being brought in, even though 2 of them are not MPs at this time.
That's true. In fact, you talked about Hardeep Puri already. Hardeep Puri also has enormous amount of strength both in external affairs as well as in commerce, for example. I mean, he can handle that portfolio pretty well. Number 2, Satyapal Singh from Maharashtra, used to be SP of Gadchiroli, one of the most sort of Naxalite
PhD in Naxalism.
district. And exactly, PhD on Naxalism. I had met him when I used to report those days, and brilliant IPS officer. Later on became Maharashtra's DGP and turned out to be, I mean, he's already an MP, of course, but he's a very, very bright officer. Alphonse, everyone knows about. I mean, the man is a crusading bureaucrat. It shows that, you know, the enormous amount of emphasis
but what
on
will be very interesting
Home Secretary of
is
Bihar.
to see now where they are placed, because if you're bringing in, and let me take you through some of the other names who are going to be padding up for Team Modi today. If you're bringing in someone like a K. Alphonse, do you put him in urban development or not? That's where he has domain expertise. He's known as the bulldozer man. Then there's Shiv Pratap Shukla, also K. Alphonse. You know, that's serving two purposes. First, you're reaching out to voters in Kerala, giving them representation by bringing in K. Alphonse. And secondly, you're bringing in somebody, Anshuman, who's got very, very strong domain expertise when it comes to smart cities and urban development.
Definitely, Rahul. This is the one project which Prime Minister Modi has launched from the day one. Though Venkaiah Naidu has done a lot of groundwork, but you'll see on the ground the smart cities are not moving the way that they should have been.
Why not?
Yeah. A lot of issues of the coordination with the state, because cities development and urban development comes to the part and parcel of a state. Land acquisition is a major issue.
And so also a lot of squabble over money.
So probably Alphonse can come up and take the task to the ground.
He can demolish egos and get on with the job.
Yeah,
which is what hasn't happened so far.
And this is what bringing in Alphonse and not giving him urban development has no meaning, because then what? How you use that minister?
Okay, but I did speak to one senior Modi cabinet minister and I asked him, so what's happening? And the one thing he said is, expect the unexpected. You know, there could be a lot of juggling amongst the ministers as well. So it's not as if it's just these 9 people who are being brought in. There could be some significant juggling, Rahul, amongst the mantris who already have different portfolios. Could you give our viewers a best sense of what's likely to happen?
See, Rahul, if the Prime Minister has to bring in a Defence Minister, Urban Development Minister, Environment Minister, Textile Minister, all these ministers, and say if Mr. Kalraj Mishra has to be replaced, then even a MSME minister. So all these portfolios will need a certain amount of reallocation or somebody senior, because it's now very clear that barring one Mr. Alphonse, I don't think any of them is getting really a cabinet rank. I think most of them will get a Minister of State or an independent charge. Then there is a buzz about elevation of people like Piyush Goyal, Dharmendra Pradhan. That will need an administering of an oath. And it seems that they will be retaining their portfolios more or less now, but one really doesn't know.
You know, let's take a look at some of the other ministers who will be padding up today. There's Shiv Pratap Shukla. He's coming in from eastern Uttar Pradesh. He's being brought in, and a lot of focus also in this rejig to ensure that the Brahmin community is taken care of, because from what Amit Shah picked up in Uttar Pradesh, there has been a bit of a backlash amongst the important Brahmins of Uttar Pradesh after Yogi Adityanath was made Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh. So Shiv Pratap Shukla being brought in as well. And then there is Anant Kumar Hegde. This man now has this one video from January this year that's chasing him, where he's seen in a hospital getting into a bit of a squabble. The opposition, Muhammad Khan, taking that up already in a very big way.
Absolutely. I want to say something first. All 3 of your panelists have very rightfully covered the credentials of the 3 non-politicians who are coming in. You're absolutely right. The 4, yes. And they're all incredibly credentialed people. They're very capable people with a proven track record of performance. But Rahul, you and I both know this. That doesn't matter in this government. This exercise, this entire exercise in distraction, is merely equivalent to lining up the deck chairs on the Titanic. Now, remember when these 9 ministers announced their resignations 48 hours ago? 8 or 9 ministers, whoever. Aside from Uma Bharati and Rajiv Pratap Rudy, several of us were unaware as to the portfolios the others even held. That gives you an indication of the degree of autonomy.
Unfair. I don't know whether you knew or not, but
well,
it's
I can speak for myself. But yes,
most people
I'm sure you did. But several of us who cover the sector, etc., were surprised. And of course, that is a testament to the fact that these people have no responsibility or autonomy. As you rightfully said yesterday, I recall, there are 2 power centers in this government, Modi and Amit Shah. I don't see that as likely to change even with these 4 people coming in.
No, but they've brought in people with administrative experience and they'll be given a free hand. Most Modi ministers we speak to say they have a relative free hand, Anshuman.
Sure, that's
right.
It's
not as if there is this general perception that mantris aren't allowed to do their job, but if you actually speak to anybody, even if it's off camera, they'll tell you they have a fair amount of functional autonomy.
Definitely, and this is what when we were discussing about the Uma Bharati, which is still not clear whether she is going out or not. If you see that she has given fairly free hand, and the complexity of the projects like Namami Gange, which will require a lot of coordination with the department, it actually becomes on the leadership of the department and the minister. So the kind of infrastructure which Uma Bharati was expecting from cleaning Ganga was established. To given him a separate authority has been created, a separate office has been given.
But, you know, I've chatted with Uma Bharati several times about this, and the one thing she complains about, right or wrong, is that till the time Yogi Adityanath took over as Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, she didn't have backing from the states. even in Uttarakhand, for example, there was a Congress government. In Uttar Pradesh, there was a Samajwadi Party government. And in Bihar, there was a hostile government too. So her biggest contention was that the states aren't pushing for this. And one of her arguments, which is probably what saved her, is that it's only now that that situation has changed. Amongst the other batsmen padding up today is Satyapal Singh, Member of Parliament from Bagpat in Western Uttar Pradesh. He's also former police commissioner of Mumbai. He has a PhD in Naxalism. He'll be coming in as well. And remember, he's being brought in also in some senses as a Jat replacement for Sanjeev Balyan, who was asked to step down. There's also R.K. Singh. And R.K. Singh is a very interesting choice, Rahul, because R.K. Singh has made some very damning comments about the current party leadership. And there aren't too many who can make those kind of comments, get away, and then also get invited to be a part of the cabinet. So that's a very, very interesting choice.
You see, one can always say this is a bit of a myth buster, that those who speak out openly, they are usually going to get totally ignored in future. It's carrying on that argument earlier also, that there are only two people. You see, I think it's largely how a political minister utilizes an opportunity within a given matrix as far as a cabinet or council minister is concerned. Now, some may complain, but there is always a Piyush Goyal, there is always a Dharmendra Pradhan, there is always even Arun Jaitley and others who feel that they have managed to do something, and there is a general perception that they have done something. R.K. Singh again is again an interesting choice. He's not only an ex-bureaucrat, but also settles some caste equation. Like we have Mr. Shiv Pratap Shukla settling caste equations. Gorakhpur is going to go to have a bipole. He's from Gorakhpur. It's a political signal. R.K. Singh is a political signal. Thakur leaving. Mr. Rudy is out of the Council of Ministers. Mr. R.K. Singh replacing him. He definitely brings a certain sense of expertise to the Council of Ministers. We had people who are going out. Perhaps definitely R.K. Singh is a better person to come into the Council of Ministers.
The one thing that I'd like to just remind our viewers is that R.K. Singh is the man who, at the time of the assembly elections in Bihar, had said that tickets were being wrongly distributed and not being given to the right kind of people. And he'd hit out quite strongly at those who were distributing these tickets. And they're amongst the people who are still responsible for inducting him in the Union Cabinet. To say that Modi and Shah never forgive nor forget, in R.K. Singh's case, that doesn't seem to be true, because I know on very good authority that they were furious when R.K. Singh made these comments. And in fact, when R.K. Singh was asked about his prospects of becoming a minister, he said, "Nahi, I'm too outspoken for my own good." Also padding up today is Ashwini Chaubey. Ashwini Chaubey we just heard from. Ashwini Chaubey is from Buxar in Bihar, and he is being brought in as a minister. He has been a minister in the previous BJP-JDU government in the state of Bihar. So he is the other person being brought in. Who are the people on their way out, and also, most importantly, who are the rising stars? Who are the ones who are likely to get a promotion or an improvement in their cabinet status? We'll talk about that when we come back on the other side of a very quick break. You're watching India Today's continuing coverage of the big cabinet reshuffle. Prime Minister Modi fixing his playing 11 before the 2019 elections. Our live and continuing coverage resumes on the other side of a very quick break. Stay. Welcome back. You're watching our continuing coverage of the big Modi cabinet reshuffle. This morning, our reporters are in conversation with all the mantris who will be inducted into the Union Cabinet. We're also showing you who's in, who's out, and who's likely to be given a promotion, whose stock is rising and whose is falling. I want to go across now and show you what Satyapal Singh, former Mumbai Police Commissioner and one of the mantris to be, told my colleague Ashutosh Mishra. Here he is.
तो मैं इस राष्ट्र के सबसे तेजस्वी और तपस्वी प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी का और हमारी पार्टी के जो हमारे राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष हैं माननीय श्री अमित शाह जी का बहुत बहुत आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। और मुझे पार्टी जो भी जिम्मेदारी देंगी, माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जो भी जिम्मेदारी सौंपेंगे, उसका मैं पूरी ताकत के साथ उसको मैं निभाऊंगा। और मैं राष्ट्र निर्माण के लिए माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी की टीम में अगर मुझे शामिल होने का मौका मिलेगा, जैसे सूत्र बता रहे हैं, निश्चित रूप से उसको एक संकल्प मान करके मैं, और इसको राष्ट्र यज्ञ मान करके मैं उसमें अपने आहुति दूंगा।
Satyapal Singh is an interesting choice because he comes with a certain amount of administrative experience. I want to focus now on who the rising stars of Team Modi are. Remember, and we told you this earlier, that one senior minister who now holds a constitutional post had been given the responsibility of putting together a thorough performance audit of all the mantris, what they'd been doing every single day in office, and on the basis of that they put together a report which essentially had two columns on the side, P and N. P for positive, N for negative. The one man who's shining bright is Nitin Gadkari, and it's a very interesting choice because Nitin Gadkari is being bandied about as an option to take over as a new expanded transport minister where railways is included, Rahul, in transport. He's also being seen as a dark horse possibly for defense. He's now one of the 4 key ministers. So you've got the top 3, Jaitley, Rajnath and Sushma, and now there's a 4th, Nitin Gadkari, with equal stature. So he's, in that sense, emerged as one of the bright stars of the Modi government.
Yes, Rahul. See, the people who sit on the Raisina Hill are part of the CCS, and that's perhaps the most coveted place to be as far as the government is concerned. But also it's a political signal. Nitin Gadkari was just off the Raisina Hill, but over the last 3 years, he has worked his way around with his performance, but also the bench strength crisis, Rahul. That right now, Prime Minister Modi doesn't have really very tall leaders to pick from. If he looks beyond the top 3, there is only Nitin Gadkari, and definitely he has worked very well. And he has the status. Remember, also, he's strongly backed by the RSS. So if...
No, but there, I must say something. To Gadkari's credit, Anshuman, when he was BJP president, it was largely felt in the Modi and Shah camp that Gadkari wanted to stall Modi's elevation as chief of the campaign committee. So there was some bad blood to start with. From there, on the sheer basis of his performance, Nitin Gadkari has redeemed himself to now emerge as one of the ministers who's seen as a go-getter and can, roll out policy and execute it quite like a CEO.
And Rahul, here comes the dilemma for Mr. Modi, because Gadkari has got a department that was in a serious mess. You see, a lot of projects were stuck in railway ministry, and that lot of exits have taken place when he came. That operators have left the system, left the projects. Now the challenge with him, that if he is going to get the defense is an important ministry in the perception wise, but road is an important ministry for the last mile delivery. So it is a difficult choice for Mr. Modi to keep him in the road.
And the big fear, if you take Nitin Gadkari out of roadways, is that will that momentum that he's built then stall? As a new man comes in, he'll take time
definitely,
to understand.
and the majority of the road projects which he has started right now, because it took 1.5 years to clean up the mess. Now the projects are coming up. It may take time to reach to the final conclusion. And before the conclusion, if he could be moved from railways to the defense, it will be a big challenge to complete them in the same momentum which he had set off.
Okay, amongst the other rising stars, there's Piyush Goyal, who's Minister for Power, Coal, Renewable Energy. He again is someone who has done a commendable job. Again, very CEO-like, understands finance, understands numbers, has been able to clean up the mess in the power sector. By and large, get things moving. He's very likely to be promoted, Ajit, to a minister with full cabinet rank. And anybody who does a fair performance appraisal will say Piyush deserves it.
Not only in terms of performance, he's brilliant. He's a brilliant speaker. Whenever you see anyone defending the Modi government, it is Piyush Goyal who is almost #1 in that. Both in English and in Hindi, he's a brilliant speaker. He has understanding. He's a chartered accountant by training, we know that. He has an understanding in general of several other ministries, figures on his fingers. I mean, he's an outstanding performer. And he really deserves,
No, and he's also been able to bring some very interesting change. Anshuman, for example, the apps that he's launched where you can track how many LED bulbs are being used, that's the kind of innovation the Prime Minister loves. I want to go across now to Kamaljeet Sandhu. She's got RK Singh with her.
I thank the Prime Minister for reposing confidence in me, and I aim to live up to that confidence.
Has the portfolio been decided, sir?
The portfolio has not been decided.
जिम्मेदारी आपको मिल रही है। प्रधानमंत्री ने 4P फार्मूले के आधार पर लोगों का चयन किया है। आप अपने आप को कहां फिट मानते हैं?
मैं प्रधानमंत्री जी को धन्यवाद देता हूं कि उन्होंने हम पर कॉन्फिडेंस किया, और उस विश्वास को मैं बिल्कुल ये रिपे करूंगा, उस विश्वास पर खरा उतरूंगा।
All right, all the best, sir. We will be speaking to you after you're done. So yes, the family members there, just have a look. If you can try and have a look. Ma'am, do tell us. All right, do tell us. कैसा लग रहा है जो grandfather हैं वो बन गए हैं?
बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है.
हाँ? You will see him as a minister?
Yes. Yes.
And what are your expectations from him?
To do great things. To do great things.
To do great things. Do tell us, both of you, your name and your age, please.
Nirbhay Singh and Ira Singh.
And what did you wish him when you went just now?
All the best.
You said all the best to him, so there it is, family members all looking at it. Ma'am, the mother, ma'am, बेटा आपका बन रहा है, कैसा आपको लग रहा है?
बहुत खुशी है, सब ईश्वर तो अच्छा करेगा.
सुबह पूजा की है?
बिल्कुल, बिना पूजा किए तो हम रह ही नहीं सकते हैं.
So the family out there, you have a look, everybody just rushing in, but okay, let's just go out. All right, a lot of media people also out here, obviously demanding some sort of privacy. We'll just try and get back. The children wanting to go in. This is obviously a family time, but this is also a time of test.
After this. Okay, so that's Kamaljeet Sandhu from the residence of R.K. Singh. The family members are the ones who are most excited. The mantris know a tough task is beginning. The family is the one that's most excited. Lots of laddus going around as well. So let's take a look at some of the other rising stars in the Modi cabinet. Remember, there's also Dharmendra Pradhan. He's Minister for Petroleum, Minister of State with independent charge. He is also one of those who's likely to be promoted to a full-rank cabinet minister, and there's a dual message there. One, the fact that he came up with the Ujjwala scheme. The Ujjwala scheme did fabulously well. Anshuman in Uttar Pradesh, one of the reasons they did well, because in all the ground surveys that they did, the RSS and the BJP Karyakartas came back and told the Prime Minister that it's the Ujjwala scheme that people had felt on the ground the most. It's also a message to the voters of Orissa that make this man your chief minister.
Definitely. See, Ujjwala has become a type of Manrega for Modi government. The way it has worked.
So what's Ujjwala? Just give our viewers a sense.
Ujjwala is a scheme where you provide a free gas cylinder to the people living below poverty line and moving away from the traditional way of cooking, basically the cow dung and firewood cooking. The important part of the Dharmendra Pradhan and Piyush is that Piyush's success, his most important success is the Uday scheme. Uday was a very sort of transformational reform in the power sector, where central government has supported state governments to clean up their bad debts in the power sector. And this has been gone across the board to the even the state governments led by opposition. Akhilesh Yadav, Bihar, Bengal has come on board.
Shukla is speaking at this time. Let's listen to one more minister who's going to the Prime Minister's house for breakfast. Ashwini Chaubey on your screen right now, MP from Buxar in Bihar. He also is now on his way to the Prime Minister's residence. He's the Lok Sabha MP from Buxar in Bihar, has been on the Standing Committee on Energy Estimates.
कोई बहुत ऐसी घटना न घटे और घटना में जो दोषी हैं उनको दंडित करने का भी काम करेंगे।
अगर बात की जाए उत्तर प्रदेश में, आप उत्तर प्रदेश से आप आते हैं, केंद्र सरकार में भाजपा की सरकार है, प्रदेश में भाजपा की सरकार है, तो उत्तर प्रदेश कितनी उम्मीद रखे कि आने वाले वक्त में उत्तर प्रदेश में काफी कुछ बदलने वाला है?
हम सब लोग ये तय किए हुए हैं कि अगली बार 80 सीटें एनडीए को लेनी है, वही उम्मीद है हम लोगों की।
और जनता के लिए?
जनता के लिए अरे अभी देखिए ना, उत्तर प्रदेश में प्रधानमंत्री जी जाकर गोरखपुर में फर्टिलाइजर दे आए, एम्स दे आए, हर जगह जाकर कुछ न कुछ देने का ही काम करे। उत्तर प्रदेश तो उनकी प्राथमिकता में है, तो इस नाते उनकी प्राथमिकता के अनुसार उत्तर प्रदेश अपने आप विकसित होता ही रहेगा।
क्या प्रधानमंत्री या अमित शाह जी का फोन आया आपको कि आप मंत्री बनने जा रहे हैं?
नहीं, ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है।
आपको कैसे जानकारी लगी आप मंत्री?
हमको कैबिनेट सेक्रेटरी ने पत्र भेजा है, उसी आधार पर मैं कर।
एक और सवाल सर, थोड़ा सा राजनीतिक सवाल है। अखिलेश यादव ने कहा है कि गोमती रिवर फ्रंट उन्होंने सजा रहे थे, वो उसकी शान और शौकत बढ़ा रहे थे और अब सरकार ध्यान नहीं दे रही है, वहाँ खरपतवार उगाया है। कुछ कहना चाहेंगे पूर्व मुख्यमंत्री के लिए, अखिलेश यादव के लिए?
नहीं, कुछ नहीं।
लेकिन वो तो इल्जाम लगा रहे हैं आप पर।
ठीक है, वो इल्जाम लगा रहे हैं, इल्जाम लगावे हैं, हम कुछ नहीं कहना चाहते हैं। इस देश के प्रधानमंत्री जी के ऊपर बहुत सी बातें लोग कहते हैं, लेकिन वो केवल भारत बना रहे हैं।
वो प्रदेश सरकार पर इल्जाम लगा रहे हैं कि गोमती रिवर फ्रंट पर ध्यान नहीं दिया जा रहा है, वहाँ खरपतवार उगी जा रही है। प्रदेश भाजपा सरकार विकास के नाम पर बातें कर रही है, लेकिन यहाँ पर तो खरपतवार उग रहा है।
ठीक है, अखिलेश जी जो कह रहे हैं उनके किए पर उत्तर प्रदेश की जनता ने निर्णय ले लिया है, आगे हमारे किए पर लेगी।
प्रधानमंत्री जी को कोई संदेश खास देना चाहेंगे? इस तरीके से शिव प्रताप शुक्ला कैबिनेट में काम करेंगे?
मैं इतना ही वो करना चाहता हूँ कि उनके एक एक शब्द हमारे लिए चुनौती का शब्द हो और उस चुनौती मान करके उसको पूरा करें।
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आज तक से बात करने के लिए। तो ये थे शिव प्रताप शुक्ला जी। आप देख सकते हैं उनके तमाम समर्थक यहाँ पर मौजूद हैं, उनको मिठाई खिला रहे हैं और खुशी का माहौल है। और दिलचस्प बात यह है कि 19 महीने इमरजेंसी के दौरान जो शख्स जेल में रहे वो अब भारत सरकार में मंत्री बन करके भारत सरकार की ओर से, भाजपा सरकार की ओर से सेवा करने की बात कर रहे हैं जनता की। दिल्ली से कैमरा।
Okay, all the mantris ODing on laddu since last night. Full stock of laddus last night, lots of laddus already, and I'm sure there'll be more to follow after the swearing in as well. Okay, we're returning to the rising stars. The next name on our list is Prakash Javadekar. He again is seen as a no controversial man who can get things done. Again, very high in the Prime Minister's esteem. He's able to take people along, build a consensus, Rahul, and ultimately push through whatever policy the Prime Minister wants to be pushed through.
Yes, Prakash Javadekar in the ministries, especially I think the Environment Ministry, which was a big mess.
Even HRD.
And HRD, yes. But I think environment was in a mess primarily because of the entire paradigm shift was required there. Because it had become a ministry which Prime Minister Modi felt was virtually becoming a place where it was a kind of a place where every project used to go up, end up get stuck there and get killed there. Mr. Javadekar changed that. HRD definitely is doing better, especially the kind of controversies which were there. He has managed to put a bit of a lid on the kind of a perception which is emerging that the government is anti-students, anti-institutions and anti-establishment. We could see the series of protests in central universities which took place. We certainly believe...
Mohammed Khan wants to make a quick point.
Yeah, taking off from Rahulji's point actually, see, there are two things I want to say very quickly. All of these people that you've just mentioned right now, and I'm being extremely neutral here, they have done little more than modest policy tweaks over the last year. And I want to give you a specific example because the ministry you spoke about, I worked there for 2 years, between 2009 and 11 under Mr. Jairam Ramesh. Now, the only thing Prakash Javadekar will be remembered for is diluting India's position on climate change. And you're absolutely right. He did expedite clearances, sir. So there is a way of looking at that. So I don't disagree with you on that. But what he also did, he presided over the single largest dilution of forest rights. There is an entire school of study that has written against Mr. Javadekar on this. The Power Minister, Mr.
Okay, Anand Hegde is speaking at this time.
Yeah.
Minister to be from Karnataka.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Play that out for you again. Anand Hegde, and I want to show you those pictures once more. This is something the Congress is going on and on about. He was involved in a scrap in a hospital in January this year, where he's getting into, this fisticuffs with doctors in Karnataka. And that again is an image that is being looked at very carefully. Remember, the party at that time had said that what a man does in his private capacity cannot be the responsibility of the BJP. He is seen as a strong man from Karnataka, is being brought in. And also Karnataka is due for elections. So they really want to ensure that they also have faces in poll-bound states, faces. Okay, Hegde, Anand Hegde speaking again. Let's listen.
मंत्री बनने जा रहे हैं। Okay, silence please, silence.
सर,
जो भी है 11 बजे के बाद मैं आप लोगों से बात करता हूँ, तब तक क्षमा कर दीजिएगा। अब मैं कुछ बोल नहीं पाऊंगा।
सर लेकिन
धन्यवाद।
सर ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡಿ ಸರ್ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ
11 ಗಂಟೆ ನಂತರದಲ್ಲಿ ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಕ್ಷಮಿಸಿ
सर जो भी पद आपको मिलेगा
लोग बधाई देंगे
सर
थैंक यू वेरी मच
Thank you.
So that's Anand Hegde. Very, very brief comment being made. Tuhin Sinha of the BJP is also joining us on this broadcast. Tuhin, You know, the one thing that the opposition will carp about is the suggestion that because you're having to bring in so many non-MPs, is it an indication of the lack of bench strength? That you've got 284 Lok Sabha MPs, 57 Rajya Sabha MPs, and yet of the 9 ministers, 2 who are taking oath are not even MPs.
So, you know, the best part about the new names coming forth is that the focus is almost entirely on performance and credibility and, you know, the capability of the person. There are 4 bureaucrats in the entire process, and the rest have loads and loads of ground, you know, political experience on the ground.
With me for a moment, Satyapal Singh is speaking to us right now. I want to listen in.
ये मीडिया वाला पीछे हो लो भाई, थोड़े मैं आ रहे साथ मंत्री पद की शपथ लेने पीछे हो भाई, आप पीछे हो लो, गिरो मत यार, आराम से थोड़ा खुले हो जाओ, थोड़ा खुले हो जाओ, थोड़ा खुले हो जाओ ना, मैं आ रहा हूँ ना, थोड़ा साइड हो जाइए ना, एक बात मैडम सामने से थोड़ा पीछे हटिए भाई, भाई साहब थोड़ा साइड पे हो यार, ड्राइवर आ गया क्या? थोड़े पीछे हो जाओ भाई।
अभी हमारे साथ अभी सत्यपाल जी हैं जो कि मंत्री पद में
एक मिनट सत्यपाल जी, एक मिनट सुनो पहले तो मैं एक ही दे पाऊंगा क्योंकि मैं पीएम के यहाँ जा रहा हूँ, एक कर लीजिए भाई, उसके बाद आना 12 बजे के बाद। हाँ चलिए,
सामने से आ जाओ, सामने से आओ, सामने से आओ ना,
प्लीज आ जाओ, और उस साइड में आ जाइए, उधर आ जाओ भाई, और जरा से पीछे, थोड़ा सा पीछे हो जाओ मेरी प्लीज, थोड़ा सा, अरे माफी चाह रहा हूँ, थोड़ा सा पीछे हो जाओ, इस लड़की को कैसे हो,
चलिए ओके साइलेंस,
आप आइए बेटे, आ जाओ, यस।
सत्यपाल जी, पहली बार आप सांसद बने, पहली बार आपको मंत्री पद भी मिल रहा है, उम्मीद थी?
देखिए, विशेष रूप से मीडिया को, इस देश की जनता को, बागपत के नागरिकों को, सबको ये अपेक्षा थी, और ये मेरा सम्मान नहीं, ये बागपत के लोगों का सम्मान है, ये लाखों जो है पुलिस अधिकारियों कर्मचारियों का सम्मान है, ये उन करोड़ों लोगों का सम्मान है जो भारतीय संस्कृति, वेद, महर्षि दयानंद, स्वामी विवेकानंद और अरविंदो में विश्वास रखते हैं, और इसलिए ये लाखों करोड़ों लोगों का उनका आशीर्वाद, उनका सहयोग है, जिसके कारण मुझे माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी, इस देश के सबसे तेजस्वी और तपस्वी जो प्रधानमंत्री हमको मिले हैं, श्री मोदी जी, और